Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Ryan Tannehill. On a roll. You asked for it. You got it. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. All right, this week's Patreon video comes via request. Eduardo at the QB School. Hey, JT, let's watch Ryan Tannehill in the Patreon this week. Boom, flex it up. Love it. Eduardo, great suggestion. They've been on a roll. I'm fired up for it. You will love the full game analysis. If you want the full game analysis, get over to the QB School Patreon community. This is a sampler, some highlights, some lowlights. I think it's pretty enlightening on a few different levels. If you dig it, get over to the Patreon community. I appreciate the support. Let's get it going. All right, Ryan Tannehill, little 7-play sampler here. First touchdown. Beautiful job getting through his read, working left to right. 1, 2, 3. You can play for me, Vrabel style. Great job here, just working the mechanics from the pocket. 1, 2, 3. Great base. No, yes. Great ball location all the way around. Just a variation of mesh here for me as far as what we're trying to do with the wheel to Henry. So right here, we're going to go 1. We're going to go, I want to say 2 here. We're going to get basically picks here. So it's going to be over the top, first rub, second rub where the touchdown is, then we're going to get a corner over here. Now, theoretically, you could read this either side. Obviously, you'd probably prefer to get the ball to Henry. So it's just 1, 2, and 3. And I love how he just is able to go right across the board, nice and easy, nothing crazy about this other than that it's just crazy efficient. 1, 2, 3, no to the wheel, no to the under, and then sticks with the number 3 there even though he gets rerouted. Great job. Again, footwork base here from Henry. So I'm talking about when I say no heel click lined up. Again, he's close to lined up to the left there. It's a little bit of a shuffle. No, work through the read, no. Again, outstanding base. All his cleats in the ground, drive that thing. Great ball location from the back end here we'll be able to see. But again, really paying attention from the ground up. No, and then watch this ball location away from the near defender. That near defender's to our left, the receiver's right. So you put it away from that near defender. Up high, head, throat area. Shocker. Never heard me say that before. Boom. Great. Super efficient. Red zone. Excellent job. Next time down, pretty similar. This time I love the formation. Notice where Henry isn't. In the backfield, got him out lined up, running a corner. Again, this is a great, for me, great job getting everything in the line of vision for the quarterback. So we'll talk about this after we watch it through here, but great job from Tannehill. Basically trying to high-low what I'm going to call the Mike linebacker, the middle of the 3. And then being able to decide, no, he doesn't like it, although I'd probably say that the first read is there. Does a nice job coming back across, hitting what looks like a little bit of a jerk route all the way across. So concept-wise, first thing to pay attention to down here is just the formation. Okay, the formation's unique. Got the best tailback in the game right now, lined up out here, running a corner. Okay, so that's going to cause some confusion right here with these cats trying to figure out how to line up to this thing. So the essence of this thing is that the ball's designed to go right there on this little angle or Texas. It's usually paired in the red zone with a post. So what does that mean? So one more time. So it's usually paired with some variation of post or middle field read right here. So what you're really trying to do in these situations is high-low a Mike linebacker. So trying to figure out what goes on here, I think you can make the argument that the ball should go to the number 1 here on the angle. But if you don't like this, so no there, no post, coming from the backside, a little jerk or shallow coming back across. So it's just 1 to the angle, 2 to the post, 3 to either the jerk or shallow coming right back across it. So everything happens in the line of vision for the quarterback right here. Again, excellent play design, offensive architecture. See it from the back end too. Just a simple high-low on the mic. There it is with the little jerk and the angle, so it times out correctly. This is outstanding. Watch that high-low first. Probably put it on the angle there for my money. Okay, but say no to the angle, yes to the jerk up top. Whoop. And all the jerk is it makes somebody look like a jerk because you come in there and kind of stop, stutter, and go. A jerk, a juke, whatever you want to call it. Great job by Tannehill. Not forcing it, although he probably could have got a touchdown easier. Again, watching 81 out the backfield. Love having 3 tight ends to one side. You tell me. Is he open right there? Probably. Again, I'm thinking high, low, and 50 here. The middle of the 3 linebackers. Once he engages with the post, the ball needs to go to the angle. Boop! Right there. All right, you don't like it, whatever reason. Stay alive, stay alive. There it is. Nice job. Not perfect, but pretty efficient. Down here, we got a little hole shot versus cover 2. Bottom of the screen. Again, too easy. Great job by Tannehill being able to see it, throw it. It's something you don't really see. To me, this is a miscommunication on the back end. Watching 32 down here. He either needs to communicate that they're playing some sort of cloud or half-field safety, or he needs to get his corner to play quarters. You can see they're talking right there. There's a miscommunication, all because of this short motion. So what do I mean by that? Right here, the ball, short motion right here. When there's some sort of short motion like this, when you're playing some variation of quarters on the back end, there's usually going to be some sort of adjustment. So everybody looks to the safety for the call. Okay, so we're going to change the split, so we were going to change the call. Now, oftentimes, when you condense the split, they're going to want to get into cloud, where this corner now becomes the force defender. So it looks like this corner is playing cloud, and it looks like this guy is playing quarters, which is a bad combination if you throw it down the field. So they need the communication ironed out right here, but this is just a variation of sail. Come in here, short motion, outside release, must outside release there, little out or corner, roll corner right there, and they just drop him. He does a great job being able to see this guy stay flat, and it's too easy. Nice job by Tannehill. This is excellent vision, execution. Watch that corner. There it is. Peeking inside. As soon as he flips his hips, it's a wrap. Again, I love Tannehill's base here, even with a little play action. No heel click, somebody right in his face. Absolute strike. Again, ball location, up on his face, throat area. Watch that safety down here to the bottom. He's staying flat, playing quarters technique. Nothing says half field about that safety, and there's just a massive miscommunication. Look at the corner and the safety right here. Before he's even caught the ball, he's like, bro, that's you. Oh, come on. Too easy. Again, one more time, the ball location, the footwork, the base. Nothing heel clicky about this. And that's just too easy. Look at the DBs. I love this. This is like my favorite stuff. He's like, what? His arm, literally the corner's like, where are you? The ball hasn't even been caught yet by the wide receiver. Yeah, buddy. All right. Then this was a great design too. To me, this is just all go special or four verts with a bit of a swap release and a shallow. Probably my favorite way to run 4 verts at a 3x1. Not necessarily with the swap release, but I like it with the swap release. Watch the 86 and 10 here just switch. So really it's just 4 verts. And this is kind of a special play. I remember New England doing variations of this back when Variable was playing defense and offense. But all this is 4 verticals. Now, I don't usually see it with this little bounce motion, but whatever, you would dress it up. But draw it up here. You like that? Dress it up, draw it up. Might be a shirt. Let's go down here. All it is just 4 verticals. We're going to go here, and then this is really where the play is. So this takes over the number 3 vertical. So he's going to be getting across this field into the seam area, and we're going to switch release this and get up to the seam area. And if it's middle field open, we're going to run right inside to that gap. So that's 4 verticals. The other part of this is I love the shallow as basically the check down out of 3 verticals. And then depending on how you want to do this on the backside, they run this little short post. So really it's like double shallow. So there are times where you're going to come over here and read this post first. There are times where you're going to want to read this 4 verticals first. And this is sure one of those times, middle field open, you get this tight end running down the gut. It's a great job. Again, we'll see what it does to the defense, how it affects them, how it impacts them. But this is great design here. Watch that swap release. Whoop! There it goes. That swap release really crushes the soul of what looks like almost like the Tampa 2 Mike linebacker, how he gets there spacing-wise from the defense. Watching the string of the back end here. I'm gonna, and this is just me speculating, but I'm gonna guess that this technically, if they're running a variation of some variation of Tampa 2 here, as far as half field, how he's getting there is a little bit different from here. But watch what this number 3 vertical does to this, what I'm going to call the middle field player here. It really impacts him, and then he can't fall off into this middle pipe seam. So again, offensive architecture, outstanding. There it is, just that little open of the hips from that middle linebacker. Whoop, there it is, and that's a wrap. And that's a dime. Really nice job again. Tannehill's base, 1, 2, 3, boom. No heel click. I mean, can't even step through. He's getting beat at left tackle. This is pre-injury. Yeah. Again, I just love the footwork so much from the back end. Boom. Yeah, that's a strike. Love it. Big time. Big time, big time. And then from the back end here, again, you can see what it does to 20. Seen that number 3, number 10 affect him. If for some reason it wasn't there, if he didn't like that, either seam, you can see the shallow come right into his face. Boop. Get a little overset from my man busting with the boys. The boys. Nice. Strike. So, it wasn't all pretty though. 3rd and 10 here, second half. Gets a little ugly. Now we got left tackle injury. We got J.J. Watt doing J.J. Watt here. We're going to talk about this as far as just where to go with the ball. But this is a big-time lost fumble. Again, doesn't work out offensive architecture-wise here as far as how they're working these routes to me. But it would be almost impossible to know this pre-snap. I think you just have to hang. And it's just unfortunate. They do a nice job basically structuring J.J. Watt to get this one-on-one to the left. And it's just too damn easy. They got one-on-ones across the board. They're going to play man coverage, middle field close on the back end, trying to wait for that in, and you'd have to throw it with some variation of anticipation, but that's almost impossible versus press man. And so what I'm talking about, there's really only, to me, there are, I guess, potentially 2 places where this ball could go, but everyone knows it's man. Look at him run back and forth. Pause it right before we snap it. This idea being concept-wise, that really, to me, you got 2 options here. You got a shallow. Here are some variation of a slant. This is a clear. And so clear, and then this is like a burst in, up, and out. And that's where the ball needs to go. It's just difficult when there's bump man. And when I say offensive structure issues, to me, you would love to manufacture the guy who's supposed to get the ball early to be the guy in motion that has off coverage. You know what I mean? Like when he comes in motion, he's not going to get bumped. The other 2 guys are going to get bumped. Now it's 3rd and 10. They're probably not anticipating bump, but they might with the left tackle issues. So when you get the free access clear, that's great. You're running to nowhere. The guy we're trying to get the ball to here has bump. Now he wins, but he just wins too damn late. So that's the issue with me structure-wise as far as, again, some dressing motion. You create the free access you want, but that out is nowhere to be. It's just taking too long. Now, could he put it on the shallow? Potentially, but that's a catch and punt. So I don't have a problem trying to wait. If anything, potentially maybe could have stepped up a little bit, but I mean, it's being really picky. It's tough right there to win on that out. He does win. It just takes too long because they got 7 up. Variation of swap on the tight end. Talk some pass pro here as far as half slide. But again, they just do a nice job of creating J.J. Watt this one-on-one opportunity on the left. So again, man coverage. Double A-gap mug. We've talked about this look many times on this channel. So again, double A-gap mug. We got 2 guys walked up right here. Okay, this inevitably makes the decision for where they're sliding. So is the center going to slide to the right or is the center going to slide to the left? Pretty sure he slides to the left here. I would hope he does just because Watt's over there. So now the back is going to have to come up here and blunt the A gap. So we're probably going to get some variation of chip out here. So chip and release. Okay, so he's not rushing. So we get these two out, boop, boop, and then we get one-on-ones. And this is the dreaded part right here to the left. So it's just a way to manufacture a one-on-one for Watt. It's a nice front, nice structure, good call, and they get you. I think the only thing quarterback-wise that you would want to know is, you know, could you step up right there? Yeah, you know, that you see the in here working up the far hash. You know, he's going to get open, but it's almost impossible to throw that ball there. I mean, you can't anticipate versus bump man like that. It's not the same as zone anticipations. If anything, I think maybe you could step up, but, you know, and that's just from knowing what's going on at left tackle and knowing where Watt is, and that's a big ask, I think. So, tough. It's a big L. Turnover inside the 5. All sorts of bad. So it was by no means perfect. And this next one is probably the worst one. Score here, down 1, just under 9 minutes, 1st and 10. Henry just went yard. Now we're coming back and taking a monster post. Post alert, everyone in the stadium. Some variation of quarters, let's get it. I have massive issues, obviously, with the throw is not great. That is an understatement. But I'm not sure what's happening footwork-wise here. Someone who's done this type of play action many times in many different offenses, I've never seen this before. And this is not where you want to live. That pirouette to throw back to the right, for me, is bad ball. And what I mean by that is, inevitably when you do these types of things in practice during the week, you might pirouette like this if you're going to throw back the other way, meaning that if you're going to come out here, extend the ball here, come back here, flip around this way to throw the ball back this way, maybe. And I used to like doing that. Most guys don't like that. I've never seen someone come out here this way, flip around this way to throw the ball back this way. That's just bad ball. That's, hey, quarterback coach, hey, offensive coordinator, during the week, during individual, hey, let's change this. I don't love this. Now, maybe he said the opposite. Maybe he said, I do love it, and I want to do it. But to me, that's unnecessarily difficult. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen it before. Probably never see it again after this throw. But we'll talk about the post throw here. But great call. Everything except probably the technique from the quarterback, and who knows whose technique that is, unless you're in the room. But just a massive play action shot here, post, and I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So we're going to get a post up top, off play action, off after a massive run, and this is just, you got all this space. You can't miss on these posts this way. You have all this space to throw this thing. And it gets even better I'll pause it when we get out and they actually run it here to show how much space there is. But you can't miss this thing up the field. So you get a little variation of scissors or sail here, and all you're doing is watching this safety up top. Once that safety goes to the number 2 vertical, meaning that we're going to come up here and we're going to run some variation of sail or scissors or corner right there. All you're watching playing quarterback is this guy. If he gets depth, then we're going to throw this 7 or sail. If he hangs at all, which he probably will in quarters because he's got the number 2 vertical, so if he hangs at all, you see him stutter his feet, you see him not get depth with his pedal, he's hanging right there. We've got this guy going this way, and we've got nobody in the stadium. I mean, it's the premier pitcher look. I don't care that he's over the top. You got all that space. Throw it right to the back judge. Instead, he's trying to throw it. Usually you'd say that when you throw these posts, you're trying to get it to up the near hash for them. And that's kind of like, it's almost like he throws it blind as opposed to seeing it and driving it a little bit more. I'd also say that the wide receiver looks like he almost throttles down when he comes out of it. This little nod, I'm not a huge fan of that nod 9 to the post. I just want to go get the landmark for the quarterback because I think it creates issues like this when you do this nod thing. See, he's nodding like he's running a go here at the wide receiver spot right there. Just that little outside break, to me, makes it muddy for the quarterback to pick an angle. I'd rather have the guy get into the post angle as fast as possible and let the quarterback throw the line. But man, that's a bad miss. That is a frustrating miss especially because it's there. You've been running the ball. Henry's just absolutely beasting people all over the place. But man, I don't think he does himself any favors with this thing. That pirouette right there is just, when I saw it, I almost thought that I like had the film backwards or something. It's so just unorthodox. You just don't see it. And that's the result right there, I think. I think it definitely had an impact on the ball location. But then he bounces back, end of regulation here, little fade. Again, hurry up, second and short. Great job giving his guy a shot. Again, ball location is not a joke. Accuracy, up on a face, throat area. Again, base, even in the hurry up. Give his guy a shot. Everybody in the stadium, except that lady jumping up and down, knows what's coming here. 4 verts out of 2x2. It's almost always going to be to the boundary. Again, I just love the footwork element of it here. No heel click, in rhythm, all his cleats in the ground, up in the bucket. Just a beautiful job. Really nice. Again, even in the hurry up, great job getting to it. We'll shuffle over, if anything, you know. You can see he's on the hash. If they're going to get pressure, you might get yourself in trouble with that. But other than that, it's beautiful. Thing of beauty. I love the battle. Comeback. Nice. So that's a wrap. Ryan Tannehill, the Titans, they obviously got something special going as far as mojo, run game, and Ryan Tannehill. He really is playing, for the most part, really well. And I think this video shows bits and pieces of that. I think the entire game shows it in an even better, broader context. And so get over there to the QB School Patreon community if you want to see the entire video. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.